Hello everyone and welcome to this video where I'm asking you to wish me good luck. Do you do it in one shot because I'm doing it for 100 times now. So I'm back with Unreal Engine 4 and I used to do games in Blender Game Engine, but they would always finish next to the point where I have too many logic bricks and I can't manage to sort anything out anymore, but I only have like few cubes moving around basically. So I moved to Unreal Engine 4. This has a lot of options to program with Blueprint, that you can organize everything, and that you can use a lot of functions to do all your work instead of not even being able to copy logic bricks, or like copy all of them, and sometimes you need to copy half and half of other, and if you have like 101 and 100 on another, you have to like rewrite 50 by hand. So you don't have that sort of stuff here, and this is a project that I'd like to show you because I would like to be working on it for a longer time, but we'll see where it gets. So yeah, this is the main character at the moment. It's like the materials haven't been done too much really, and the head doesn't have texture. I'll show it later in Blender because I do all my modeling in Blender, even though everything is horrible at the moment. You can go to inventory, which is items, and equip your super VIP sword, which has a max attack of 3. That brings us to having an inverse kinematics animation to your sword in real time, which you would see if my character is moving his hands and everything. The end of his arm would still stay next to the sword no matter what. Okay, now the next thing I'd like to show you is NPCs. So they also have all of that things next to them. They're super dumb at the moment. They usually pick a random location around self and go there. But if I was to attack them, they would start attacking me, and you can see my health going down. They would follow me, and yeah, and then I would come and kill them if I would, yeah. So that made him drop his sword, which has physics on it, and I can also pick it up by pressing E. If I go to my inventory now, I can see I have an NPC sword, which has a max attack of 4. This doesn't display all of the information that it has, but basically we would have a random chance of attack between 0 and 4, but the programming, the way I made it, allows you to add like from 100 to 200, attack, and that would make you never hit 0. Now, as long as I killed one of them, I have level 2 now, because basically a kill equals a level, and with every level I would gain more attack damage. So even though I would have a sword with a max attack 1, but my level is 1000, I would still hit way more than 1, So yeah, now my other sword is worse, so do I need it? No, that's why I have an NPC, which if you come next to, and you can see like a little text at the top, selling for to sell. It will have a new UI later, but now if you press 4, you can sell your sword, and you have some currency that I made up. And yeah, now here's the staff, and you can equip staff, and yeah. I also started doing slimes because I know like human enemies from the beginning is like too much, I guess, but they don't have any material, anything, but it's just the beginning. I'm more into doing the system first, and only then doing all my work of art all my weapons, all my environment, and everything. Because like at the moment there's so much things to do in programming that I don't really feel like I should do. You know, what's if you have like 100 model swords, but you can't do absolutely anything with them because you don't have a system? So that's what I'm working on at the moment. Now, a little feature is that if you go into some kind of object, you can see your UI glowing through and your sword glowing through. So that's a little handy feature. Now, everything was done inside of Blueprint, and Blueprint is a way to program in. It's like Unreal Engine Logic Bricks. If you are a Blender person, because you're watching my channel. So you would basically have a lot of nodes that do stuff, and these are graphs, which are called these are graphs that contain of more nodes. If I were to expand them, you can see that only my playable character would have that much, and some of them are actually like that much inside. So it takes time, it takes a lot of effort, but I don't know, if you have a dream to do that, I don't know, go ahead. I would really recommend the Unreal Engine 4 for everyone because I love it myself. I guess I could show you the model. It's very simple. It had a simple sketch before that I made, and basically the reason is it has this texture that you don't have there. And besides that, now I started working on a armor system, basically, that you can now at the moment you can only equip torso, just right here. If I go next to it and I press E to pick it up, and next to my items, the second item I have would be armor, and now you can see I have an armor on myself, which basically looks like that. And you know, it's not something too fancy, but I guess it's okay for the first armor ever. Now the transparency see here is made for that you can have a skin color underneath, so that you could basically customize your skin color. So that's why it's transparent in some places, because the material is not totally set up, because I'm still focusing on the same system things. Now, I guess I could also show you a brief history. If you're a starter in games and you don't know what it takes to get started, and you feel like you could do a, I don't know, MMORPG from the first day you ever download an Unreal Engine or Unity, or who cares? Well, the way I started was I started 3D modeling, and I remember I used to do this map on a 512 megabyte PC, and it was kind of a start where I would want to start RPG games, MMORPG in particular, but I don't feel like I could manage to do that myself, and even RPG for one person is way too much, but I know I'm trying. I don't know if I would get anywhere, but that's what it is. Now after that, you can see these logic bricks here. I started this box game, which where you could actually, you know, like walk, which you couldn't in the last thing because you could only fly there, but it was game engine already. You could go around. Now it had these fridge-looking NPCs that had health, and you could kill them. It also had, I don't know, like a very, very bad inventory system that you could change these two swords, and they would have different animations, but it was very inefficient and very, very not well programmed. So I moved on, and later I would have this game, which was a big progress considering what I had before. It's kind of a concept that I would do for the present game, because I picked these characters, like little chibi characters, because of having easier opportunity to do more content as long as I'm working alone, you know, because doing realistic human characters could take a lot of time, and if you want like 5 NPCs, and you would need like a lot of time to do that. And here you could do you know, like a lot of hair, a lot of customization options just in one day. So I would pick quantity over quality here in this place, but this time I wanted them to look, you know, not like very beginner made here. Well, if you take this, it looks very bad and ugly. But I guess if you take, I know, like my normal map that's present at the current game, that's a totally different thing. Because, you know, you advance, you take time, and you get better over time. So yeah. Now this game was also made only in logic bricks. You can see all these logic bricks, which is a real mess. That's why it's super hard to organize everything, because you can't, you know, you can't group them, you can't copy a single one, you can't I don't know, like at least change colors or even text, you know. It's just the name that you can do them. And yeah, so yeah, that's a brief history of how I got into what I have right now, and I'm planning to work on it. I'm planning to continue. I'm planning to delete these ugly trees and go for it. So yeah, that's what I have at the moment. Hope you like it, and tell me what you think in the comments. See ya!